ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ॐ। We are now going through the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 32nd verse. Mam hi partha vyapashritya yepi syuh papayo nayah striyo vaishyas tatha shudraha tepi yanti param gatim. Partha, O son of Pritha, ye who api also papayonayah of inferior birth, syuh might be, striyah women, vaishyaha those who belong to the Varna or caste of Vaishya, Tatha also, and Shudraha, those who belong to the caste of Shudra. Actually, this is inferior because of birth. That means inferior because of birth. Elsewhere, Sri Krishna will say that caste is determined only by guna and karma, by one's nature and also by one's actions. So, how is one inferior by birth? Because if one is born to a parent who is a Shudra or a Vaishya, that person is engaged only in activity which is done by a Shudra or Vaishya. And so the person who is born into that family gets a different kind of environment. And in that environment, one cannot study or do spiritual practices. That is what is mentioned, that is what is indicated by the phrase inferior birth. That is the indication. Not that Varna or caste is determined by birth, but a young person, maybe a child or a young boy or a young girl, won't be able to understand the particular Varna. So is not in a position to herself or himself choose a particular Varna, not yet developed enough, not yet mature enough to choose a particular Varna. So that is why they have to just follow the practices of their parents. And so, in the previous verses, Sri Krishna has been telling that a person who goes to Sri Krishna, a person who is devoted to Sri Krishna, that person would become righteous. The person's character would change, will become righteous, will attain to eternal peace, will be will attain to peace, and will be also a person who has good actions, etc. This is for people who have devotion to Sri Krishna. What about people who do not have devotion to Sri Krishna? Or people who do not have the proper environment to practice spiritual austerities? What about those people? About them, Sri Krishna is telling here. He is telling, Shudraha they api, even mam, me, vyapashritya, taking refuge in Param, the supreme gatim, goal, he indeed yanti, attain. So even people who are Shudras or Vaishyas, that means people who have been born into families which are of Shudras or Vaishyas, they also, if they take refuge in me, if they surrender to me, they also will attain to Param Gatim. They will also attain to the supreme goal. Why is it told in this manner? Is it a way of discrimination, that the lower castes or inferior castes are discriminated? No. And here also about Striyaha Vaishya. So about women also it is told. So it is it discrimination? It is not discrimination. But the fact that these people would not have any time to think about God or contemplate about God, contemplate on God. They have no time. So Vaishya is engaged in business. Shudra is engaged in service. Shudras are engaged in service. Vaishyas are engaged in business. So they have no time, much time left to study the scriptures or engage in devotional practices or do some spiritual practices. So that is why Sri Krishna says that even they, if they surrender to me, they will attain the supreme goal. Supreme goal is God realization or understanding one's true nature. Brahma Anubhuti, understanding Brahman or Atman. That is the supreme goal. Then Sri Krishna says, Kim punah brahmanaha punya bhakta rajashrayas tatha anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. Then he says, you see, punyaha, holy, brahmanaha means Brahmins, brahmana, tatha also bhaktaha, devoted, rajarashayaha means those who are rajarishis, means who are royal sages. That means who are sages, but they are also rajas, kings. Like Janaka. Like Janaka. Janaka was a person who had got the knowledge of God, but he was also a king. Kim punah, how much more? Anityam, transient, temporary. Asukham, joyless. Imam, this lokam, world. Prapya, having attained. Bhajasva, worship. Mam, me. So what is Sri Krishna saying here? See, even people who are not thinking of God, but they have surrendered to me. People like Vaishyas and Shudras. So what are Shudras, what are Vaishyas? All people who are working in service companies are all Shudras. So Shudra means it is not something to be disliked. The wrong understanding. Shudra means somebody who is serving other person is Shudra. In today's world, most people are Shudras. Somebody is working in mobile service center. Somebody is working in some other service center. Everybody is giving a service. Consultancy service, that service, this service. So they are all Shudras. And then Vaishya. Vaishya means what? Business support. So if you are doing some business where you buy or sell services or buy or sell products, you are a Vaishya. So a person who enters into a commercial kind of thing is a Vaishya. So even these people who have, like stockbroker, is a Vaishya. So those people who have no time to spare for thinking about God, even this person, what do I speak? Kim Puna means what do I speak? Because for Vaishya, Shudra itself I have told that they will come to me if they think about me, if they surrender to me. Then about Brahmana and Bhakta, devoted Bhakta, what should I tell? Because devoted Bhakta and Brahmana, anyway they know that God is looking at them. Anyway they know that God is looking at them. So that's why devoted Bhakta means devotee. Devoted Bhakta, Bhakta itself is devotee, holy devotee. And Rajarishi, Rajarashayas Tatha means Rajarishis who are devoted. So Rajarishis who are devoted and Brahmanas, they are coming. Brahmins, they are coming. So they are also, I don't need to specifically tell about them because they always are engaged in practices, spiritual practices, they are reading scriptures, etc. So when I have told about Shudra and Vaishya and women that they will themselves get moksha if they think about me or they surrender to me. If they surrender to me. When that is the case with them, what to speak of a person who is Brahmin? They will definitely, if they surrender to me, they will also be getting moksha. That is the idea. So, in a classroom, for example, there is a bright student, there is a not so bright student. So, the teacher is saying, okay, today I will give good marks. Okay, so the not so bright student itself gets good mark. So, automatically, bright student will get, because bright student was always bright. That is the point. So, that is a kim puna, means it did not be even told, that is understood. Then, in the next verse, means next part of this verse, Anityam asukam lokam imam prapya bhajasvamam. This is very important. Anityam asukam lokam. This lokam is anityam, is temporary, not permanent, impermanent. Imam prapya. And after you have come into this world, bhajasvamam. You pray to me. Why? Because this world will only create suffering for you. And if you want to have any kind of happiness or any kind of mental peace, then you have to depend on me. You cannot depend on this world, loka. Because this is anityam asukham. This gives asukham. Asukham means this gives suffering, misery. That is why, having come to this world, pray to me. So the point is, this world will never give happiness. This world will never give happiness. We should know that this world will not give happiness. Then finally, Sri Krishna says, Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayanaha. Manmanaha, with your mind filled with me, Sri Krishna says, with my thought. Mad bhakta hai, my devotee. Madhyaji, a person who is yaji means does some sacrifice, homa, etc. for me. And who does sacrifice for me, was devoted to me. Bhava, you be that. So you constantly think about me and worship me and also perform sacrifices for me. Evam mat parayanaha atmanam yuktva mam eva eshyasi. So, if you fill your mind with me, if you be my devotee, if you do sacrifices to me, means you offer sacrifice to me, if you bow down to me, so you do all these things, that means you will have your heart steadfast in me. Your heart will be completely on me. That is the idea. And then taking me to be the supreme goal, you will come to me. Taking me to be the supreme goal, Sri Krishna says. So when you know that this is where I have to go, then you will be silent. Mameva eshyasi. You will come to me. So Sri Ramakrishna talks about a story. There was this bird which was sitting on the mast, on the sail of a boat or ship. Then the ship set sail to the sea. The bird was enjoying scenery. Then it was sailing with the ship. Once the ship went into the middle sea, then that person who operates the ship, captain, that person just put it like that, and like in above, in the air also one sees. Once it gets some altitude, the pilot puts it into autopilot. Autopilot means it will go on in the same speed and the same way, it will keep on flying. So like that something is there, autopilot kind of thing. Nowadays it is there in the cars also, cruise, like that. So he put this ship probably on autopilot, and that bird is sitting on the mast. Now the bird is seeing all around the bird, only sea, sea, sea. Sea means not S-E-E-C, S-E-A-C. So that bird is now, where I have gone, where I have got. Where am I stuck? Nothing that bird knows. Then the bird got up from there and started flying in the direction, eastern direction. Eastern direction, that bird flew for a long time, did not get anything. Then again it has to come back. Then it flew in the west, in the north, in the south, southern directions. Could not see the shore anywhere. And every time it has to fly a long distance to return back to the ship. Then finally it understood, anyway the ship will go to some place. Let us get down there, then we will see. So this is the idea here also, that a person who is constantly focused, instead of going here and there, some people will go, oh, today I will worship Sai Baba, and next day they will go, I will worship Buddha, another day they will go, they will worship Jesus Christ, another day they will go, they will say they will worship Sri Ram Krishna. So all hodgepodge, so many worships, finally nowhere nothing will be got. Sri Ram Krishna says, when you are digging a well, you should dig a well in a same place. So it will go deeper and deeper and suddenly you will get water. But if you say dig in one place, then you are not getting water, okay, leave it. Another place, not getting water, okay, leave it. Then you will not get anything. Also you will be fed up. You may get backache because you have been digging. So, this is what Sri Krishna says, that Mame Vaishyasi Yuktvevam Atmanam Atmarayana. That Mame Vaishyasi, after understanding me, after attaching your heart to me, after understanding that everything is me, that is God, you will come to me. You will come to me. So this is the chapter which is called Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yoga. That means Raja Vidya, kingly knowledge, and Raja Guhya Yoga, kingly secret. This is a chapter which talks about kingly knowledge and kingly secret. Now we go to the 10th chapter, first verse. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhuya Bhuya Eva Mahabaho Shrunu Me Paramam Vachah Bhuya Eva Mahabaho Shrunu Me Paramam Vachah Yatteham Priyamanaya Vakshyami Hitakamyaya. So the Blessed Lord said, what did the Blessed Lord say? Mahabaho, a person who has got great arms. Bhuya, again, eva, indeed, me, my, paramam, supreme, vachah, word, shrunu, listen. Yat, that, priyamanaya, that is, one who is delighted to hear. Te, to you, aham, I, hitakamyaya, wishing your welfare, vakshyami, will tell. So Sanjay tells to, Sri Bhagavan tells to, not Sanjay, sorry, Sri Bhagavan tells to Arjuna that you see, you are mighty armed, you have the power of physical power, you have body, you have physical power, and so you please listen to my paramam vachah, my supreme thought, my supreme sentence, which I am going to hitakamyaya, wishing your welfare, I am going to tell this to you who is priyamanaya. Priyamana means who is delighted to hear me. So it has to be told to a person who wants to hear also. Sometimes people will tell people things they might not want to hear. Somebody is asking other person, how are you? This person will tell, oh, I went to the doctor. That doctor told I have stomachache, then I have headache, then I have pain in my knee, etc. So how are you means, Dale Carnegie used to say, how are you is a greeting, not a question. So somebody is asking how are you, you also say how are you, and then you go ahead, move on. Don't give your medical records to that person. So, like that, there was another person. He was a poet. This poet died. That's what people thought, that the poet has died. So the family members, they were all upset. Then they called his close friend, and the close friend came, and he asked, "Where is my friend?" Said family members told, "He is in that room because he has died." So he said, "Let me see, let me see." Then he went and saw the friend, and then he said, under the pillow of the friend was who was supposed to be dead was a poet. Under the pillow of the friend, there were many poems, which the friend used to sing, write. So he went and he closed the door. He went into the room, closed the door, and he took the poems from the friend's beneath the friend's pillow. Under the pillow, he took the poems. And he said, "Hey," some name, whatever name he had, he said, "Hey, see, I have come. Please read these poems and tell me." Immediately, this person got up and started reading the poem. So, whole night he read all his poems. Next day, the family members opened the opened the room, and saw that the person who had come to see has died, and this poet is now telling poems. So if you tell things to people who do not want to listen, it will happen. Sometimes blood may come out of their ears also. So many people, they go and you give them any topic, they will speak the same. Usually politicians do like that. You give them any topic, you say, "Sir, please don't talk about politics." They will anyway bring politics. They will say, "You see, this ashrama is very good. Here you see so many people come and they get benefited. And here the garden is also good, temple is also good, but it is all for the benefit of the people. And that is what I also want to do, benefit of the people, so vote me." Something like that they will take. So, but you are not like that. You are delighted to hear me. You want to hear me. You want to hear me, Priyamana. That is why I will tell you the truth. That is what Sri Krishna is saying here. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.